Have you ever paused for a moment and wondered just how rare it is to be able to do certain things after the age of 65? Society often paints a picture of aging as a time of slowing down, losing abilities, and gradually becoming less capable. But the truth is far more inspiring and hopeful than that. If you can still do the 8 things we're about to explore, you're not just getting by, you're among a small, remarkable group of people who are aging exceptionally well. In this video, we'll dive deep into 8 signs that show you are thriving in your later years, from physical feats of strength and balance to the subtler, but no less important, qualities of mental sharpness and emotional resilience. These aren't just party tricks or nice-to-haves. Each one is a powerful marker of longevity, independence, and true vitality. So sit back and stick with us until the end, because not only will you recognize these rare traits in yourself, but you'll also uncover why they are keys to living a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support helps us keep spreading these important lessons on healthy aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, take a second now to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss any of our videos about thriving through the years. And as you watch, I'd love to know how many of these qualities you recognize in yourself. So please comment number 1 if you can relate, or number 0 if you're still working on it. Your feedback and stories help us create even better content for this amazing community. Let's get started with number 1. You have strong grip strength. Now, you might not think much about how tightly you can squeeze someone's hand in a handshake, or how easily you twist the lid off a stubborn jar of pickles, but grip strength is one of the most powerful and underappreciated indicators of a long, healthy life. It's not just about your hands. It's a window into your overall physical vitality, reflecting much more than just the power in your fingers. If you can still confidently carry a heavy grocery bag, haul a stack of firewood, or grip a steering wheel without your hands feeling tired, you're in a better position than you probably realize. This isn't just a matter of convenience or a fun party trick. It's a measurable marker of your body's resilience, tied directly to your muscle mass, neurological health, and even your cardiovascular endurance. Why does grip strength matter so much? First, it's a holistic indicator of how well your body is aging. It's not just your hands that are involved, it's your forearms, your shoulders, and the intricate network of nerves that run from your brain all the way to your fingertips. It's also a sign of how well your heart is pumping blood to your muscles. When grip strength begins to fade, it's often one of the first signs that your body is starting to lose muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia, which can make you more vulnerable to falls, fractures, and fatigue. Imagine not being able to hold a coffee mug steady or unscrew a bottle cap without strain. Everyday life would become a series of small frustrations. But if your grip is still strong, it's a sign that your body is holding its own against time. You've got endurance, coordination, and a solid physical foundation that's still firing on all cylinders. Let's bring this to life with a story. Meet Frank, a 75-year-old retiree who refuses to let age slow him down. On weekends, he's in his garden, lifting bags of soil, pruning branches, and wielding a shovel like it's an extension of his arm. His handshake could still make a young man wince, and his doctor once remarked that Frank's grip strength rivals that of men 20 years younger. For Frank, this isn't just something to brag about over coffee. It means he can steady himself on a ladder, carry his toolbox without a second thought, and keep doing the things that bring him joy. Strong hands are more than just useful. They're a safeguard, directly tied to mobility and balance. If you can grip a railing tightly or catch yourself during a stumble, you're less likely to end up injured. So if your grip is still a force to be reckoned with, take it as a clear signal that your body is aging with remarkable grace and strength. Now let's look at number 2. You can get up from the floor without assistance. Here's a simple test that says more about your future than you might expect. Can you sit down on the floor and stand back up without grabbing onto a chair, pushing off with your hands, or asking someone to pull you up? If the answer is yes, you're holding on to a rare and powerful combination of flexibility, balance, coordination, and core strength. This isn't just about proving you can still move like you did when you were younger. It's a profound predictor of how well you'll maintain your independence and vitality as the years roll on. Think about the practical side of this skill. Maybe you kneel down to retrieve a pen that rolled under the couch, sit cross-legged on the floor to play a board game with your grandkids, or lower yourself to tie a shoe without a second thought. For many older adults, getting back up from that position is a real struggle, often requiring furniture for leverage, a grunt of effort, or even abandoning the task altogether. But if you're still rising smoothly, you're in an elite group, and that's something worth celebrating. Let's talk about Margaret, a spry 72-year-old, who starts each day with a gentle yoga routine in her living room. She flows from sitting cross-legged to standing tall without a wobble or a hint of hesitation. During a recent checkup, her doctor was astonished. Most women her age need a handle, a wall, or at least their own hands to push off from. Margaret's ability isn't just a testament to her dedication, it's a reflection of a body that's still in tune. This skill hinges on more than just strong legs. It's about the flexibility in your hips, the stability in your ankles, the power in your core, and the coordination to tie it all together. Studies show that older adults who struggle to get up from the floor without assistance are at double the risk of mobility issues, falls, and even earlier mortality. Why? Because this movement is a full-body litmus test. If you can do it, your joints are still supple, your muscles are engaged, and your nervous system is sharp enough to keep you steady. The benefits of being able to rise unassisted go beyond the physical. It means you're less likely to fear falling in the first place, a fear that keeps too many seniors sedentary, which actually accelerates decline. It means your knees and hips are still lubricated and functional, reducing the wear and tear that leads to arthritis or stiffness. It means you can keep living life on your terms, whether that's gardening, chasing after a pet, or simply enjoying a moment of quiet on the floor with a book. For Margaret, it's the freedom to stretch in the morning without worrying about how she'll get back up. For you, it might be the confidence to kneel and tinker with something low to the ground, knowing you're not stuck there. If you can still perform this feat with ease, it's a glowing endorsement of your body's resilience, a sign that you're not just aging, but aging exceptionally well. If you're finding these insights valuable, take a second and comment #1 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you hit that bell so you never miss another video. Your support not only helps us create more content to inform and inspire you, but it also builds a community where we can all share our experiences and advice. Let's keep going with #3. You can maintain good posture without struggling. Posture says a lot about how well your body is aging. If you can stand straight with your shoulders back, walk without hunching forward, and sit without slumping, you're ahead of most people in your age group. Over time, poor posture leads to a weakened core, back pain, and even breathing difficulties. But if you still maintain proper alignment, it means your spine, muscles, and joints are supporting you well, a rare trait among seniors. You might not think about it often, but posture affects more than just your appearance. It plays a direct role in mobility, balance, and even organ function. When your spine is properly aligned, your lungs can expand fully, allowing better oxygen flow and improving your energy levels. On the other hand, if you're constantly hunched over, your body is working harder to compensate, leading to fatigue and discomfort. Take George, a 74-year-old retired teacher. He still walks with confidence, his back straight and his head held high. People often assume he's younger than he is, simply because of his posture. His doctor once told him, "Most men your age are dealing with spinal compression or a forward-leaning stance, but you're holding up remarkably well." That's because George makes an effort to stay active, engage his core, and avoid the habits that lead to a hunchback. One key reason posture matters is that it directly affects balance and fall prevention. Picking up from our last point, think about George, who walks with his back straight and his head held high. Good posture is more than just an appearance. It's a foundation for so many parts of your health. When you hold yourself upright, your lungs can fully expand, bringing in more oxygen and helping you feel more energetic. You put less strain on your joints and muscles, which means less pain and less risk of injury. Most importantly, good posture helps you keep your balance. Poor posture, where your shoulders slump and your back rounds, shifts your center of gravity. This makes you more likely to trip or fall, But when you stand tall, your body distributes weight correctly, making every step more stable. If you can stand, walk, and sit without struggling to keep your posture, it shows that your core, back, and leg muscles are still supporting you. For seniors, this is a rare trait, one that sets you apart and helps you remain independent for longer. Now let's move to the next sign. You can easily get up from a chair without using your hands. This might seem like a small thing, but it's a big deal. For many people over 65, standing up from a chair without pushing off with their hands or bracing themselves on armrests becomes harder as time goes by. Maybe you've noticed others at gatherings or restaurants. Some people rock back and forth a few times, some use both hands, and some even need help to get up. But if you can still stand up smoothly and confidently, using only the strength of your legs and core, you're in rare company. This movement uses several muscle groups at once. Your quadriceps, glutes, and core muscles all work together, and your balance must be sharp. Losing this ability is often one of the earliest signs that muscle mass, flexibility, or coordination is slipping. If you can stand up from a soft couch, a hard chair, or even a car seat without thinking twice, celebrate that. It's a sign that your muscles and joints are working in harmony. Let's meet Linda, a lively 72-year-old grandmother. She never thought much about getting up from a chair. It was just something she did. But at her friend's birthday party, she noticed many friends her age struggled to rise from their seats. Some needed a spouse's hand, others gripped the table, and a few hesitated to stand up at all. Later, her grandson challenged her, "Grandma, can you stand up without using your hands?" To everyone's delight, Linda popped up effortlessly. Her years of gardening, walking, and light exercise had paid off more than she realized. This simple ability isn't just about comfort, it's about maintaining independence. Research shows that seniors who can rise from a chair unassisted are more likely to live longer, avoid falls, and keep their independence. It's a combination of leg strength, joint flexibility, and balance. If you can stand up easily, you're protecting yourself from one of the biggest risks of aging, losing your ability to move freely. Now let's talk about balance, the unsung hero of aging well. If you can stand on one leg for more than 10 seconds, you are beating the odds. Most people don't pay much attention to balance until it starts to fade, but balance is crucial for staying steady on your feet, avoiding falls, and keeping your body strong. Here's a simple test. Stand up, pick a spot on the wall, and lift one foot a few inches off the floor. Can you stay balanced for at least 10 seconds? If so, you're doing better than many of your peers. Balance is a sign that your muscles, brain, and nerves are working together seamlessly. If you wobble or need to grab something, it's a gentle reminder to practice more, because balance is a skill you can improve at any age. Let's hear about Frank, a 77-year-old former carpenter. He spent years climbing ladders and carrying heavy boards, but as he aged, he noticed he felt unsteady while walking on uneven ground. During a checkup, his doctor asked him to stand on one leg. Frank tried, but he could only last a few seconds before he needed to set his foot down. He decided to work on it. Every day he practiced standing on one leg while brushing his teeth and walking heel to toe down the hallway. In a few months, he could stand for more than 15 seconds without wobbling. This small victory meant a lot. He regained his confidence and reduced his risk of falling. Exceptional balance isn't just about strength. It's about the team effort between your muscles, joints, brain, and nerves. It's also a shield against falls, which are a leading cause of injury among older adults. If you can stand on one leg for 10 seconds or more, you're not just steady, you're exceptional. Here's a challenge for you. Pause the video and try it. Stand tall, focus your gaze, and lift one foot. Count slowly to 10. If you can do it without teetering, give yourself a round of applause. If it's tough, don't worry. Balance improves with practice. The key is to keep challenging your body in safe ways. Try standing on one leg while waiting for the kettle to boil, or practice near a sturdy counter for support. Each day you'll get a little steadier. Now let's move on to sign number 6. You can get up from the floor without using your hands. This is a skill many people take for granted until it's gone. Lowering yourself to the floor and standing back up without pushing off with your hands or knees is a major sign of strength, coordination, and flexibility. It's not just about strong legs, it's about having a solid core, limber joints, and the confidence to move freely. If you can do this, you're in an elite group of seniors. This skill is linked to longevity and independence. Medical experts even use a variation of this test, the sit-to-stand test, to predict a person's risk for falls and even early mortality. Let's look at Joan, a grandmother who always stayed active with gardening and dancing. One afternoon, while playing with her grandchild, she realized she could still stand up from the floor without help. Her doctor explained this skill was a sign of robust health, not just strong muscles, but healthy joints and sharp balance. Many people her age would need to roll onto their knees, push with their hands, or grab something for leverage. But Joan's years of movement paid off. Studies show that losing this ability often points to sarcopenia, muscle loss, joint stiffness, or declining coordination, all of which make everyday life harder and riskier. If you can get up from the floor smoothly, you're keeping your body young in the ways that matter most. Not everyone will find this move easy, and that's okay. If it's a challenge, you can build up to it. Start with gentle stretching, core strengthening exercises, and squats. Use a chair or cushion for extra support at first, and practice slowly. Over time, you'll notice more strength, better flexibility, and greater confidence. Remember, it's never too late to improve. Every little bit helps, and every attempt is a victory. Now let's check another key sign. You can carry groceries without struggling. This might sound simple, but it's a big deal. Carrying a full bag of groceries from the car to your kitchen, or up a flight of stairs, is a team effort for your whole body. It takes grip strength, arm and shoulder endurance, core stability, and solid leg power. If you can still haul in the groceries without feeling wiped out or risking a fall, you're in a rare and healthy group. Think about what's happening when you carry those bags. Your hands and forearms grip the handles. Your shoulders and back stabilize the weight. Your core keeps you upright and balanced. And your legs do the heavy lifting. Your heart pumps extra blood to your muscles, and your lungs work a bit harder. For many people, these skills fade slowly over time. Weak grip, aching joints, or shaky balance can turn a simple task into a struggle. But if you're still doing it with ease, it means your muscles are strong, your joints are healthy, and your nerves are still firing quickly. This isn't just about independence. It's about quality of life. Walter, a 74-year-old retired teacher, never realized how strong he was until a younger shopper offered to help him with his groceries. Walter politely declined and carried his bags with no trouble. Later he noticed that staying active all his life, walking, gardening, and occasional weightlifting, had kept him stronger than many people decades younger. Doctors often say that the ability to carry groceries is a sign of functional strength, the kind that keeps you independent and safe. If you find this task getting harder, don't be discouraged. Start small, with light weights or even a bag of books, and practice carrying short distances. With consistency, you'll see improvement. Let's move on to a related skill. You can get down on the floor and stand back up without help. This is similar to our earlier point, but it deserves its own spotlight. Getting up and down from the floor is a full-body challenge. It takes leg power. Let's take a moment to reflect on what these abilities truly mean. If you can still get up and down from the floor, carry heavy groceries, or balance steadily on one leg, you're not just checking off items on a list. You're living proof that age doesn't have to define your abilities. These are skills that millions lose as the years go by, but you've held on to them, a rare achievement that deserves recognition. But beyond just the physical, what do these rare abilities symbolize? Why do doctors, researchers, and healthy aging experts pay so much attention to these everyday feats? The answer is profound. Each of these abilities is a window into the remarkable resilience of your body and mind. When you get up from a chair without using your hands, you're demonstrating not just strength, but the coordination between your muscles, joints, and nervous system. When you maintain good posture or balance on one leg, you're showing that your brain, spine, and senses are still working in harmony. When you remember to pick up groceries, solve a puzzle, or greet a friend with a smile, you're revealing that your mind is sharp, your memory is active, and your heart is open to connection. Science backs this up. Researchers have found that seniors who maintain these rare abilities are more likely to live independently, avoid injury, and enjoy a higher quality of life. For example, Studies have shown that grip strength alone can predict not only longevity, but resilience after illness or surgery. Balance tests, like standing on one leg, are now used in clinics as early indicators of underlying health issues, from neurological conditions to cardiovascular risks. The ability to get up from the floor without using your hands has even been linked to a lower risk of premature death, because it requires a combination of flexibility, strength and coordination that few people retain into their later years. Let's look at another real-life story. Meet Ruth, age 80, who credits her long walks, daily stretching and Sunday crossword puzzles for keeping her sharp. She still cooks her own meals, tends her garden, and volunteers at her local library. One day, her grandson asked, "Grandma, how come you never forget anyone's birthday?" Ruth smiled, "Because I keep my mind busy, just like I keep my body moving." Ruth's secret isn't just genetics, it's her commitment to staying active in every way. It's never too late to start, and every bit of movement, every mental challenge, adds up. What's even more amazing is that these abilities feed into each other. Physical strength supports mental clarity. Good balance helps you stay confident and social, which in turn boosts your emotional health. The more you practice, the easier it is to hold on to these skills. And the best part, you don't need a fancy gym or special equipment. Simple habits, like walking, gardening, doing light strength exercises, practicing balance, and keeping your mind engaged, are enough to build a foundation of resilience that lasts. But what if you're watching and thinking, "I'm not there yet. I struggle with some of these things." Don't worry, aging is a journey, not a finish line. The most powerful lesson here is that it's never too late to improve. Every small step counts. Maybe today, you can only stand on one leg for 3 seconds. Try for 4 tomorrow. Maybe getting up from the floor is tough. Practice with a sturdy chair and see how you progress over the weeks. The key is consistency and patience, and celebrating every gain, no matter how small. It's also essential to remember that your worth isn't measured by physical ability alone. Aging well is about adapting, finding new ways to connect and contribute, and maintaining a sense of purpose. Many people find new passions in their later years: painting, writing, learning a new language, or mentoring others. These pursuits challenge your mind, foster creativity, and build community. They also bring joy, which is just as important for healthy aging as any physical skill. Now let's talk about the science behind these rare abilities. Our muscles naturally shrink as we age, a process called sarcopenia, but regular movement can slow this down, or even reverse it. Weight-bearing exercises, like squats or climbing stairs, stimulate muscle growth and keep your bones strong. Balance exercises strengthen your core and improve communication between your brain and muscles, reducing your risk of falls. Even practicing standing up from a chair uses all these systems at once. Similarly, the brain thrives on challenge. When you learn something new, you build fresh connections between your neurons, helping to preserve memory and cognitive function. Social interaction too is like exercise for the mind. Conversations, games, and shared laughter release chemicals that protect your brain and lift your mood. There's also a growing body of research on the role of purpose and emotional well-being in longevity. Seniors who wake up with a reason to get out of bed, whether it's caring for a pet, volunteering, or simply meeting friends for coffee, tend to live longer, recover faster from illness, and report greater happiness. Emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, is a hallmark of exceptional aging. It's not about avoiding hardship, it's about facing challenges with hope, gratitude, and adaptability. Let's meet John, who retired from his job as a mechanic but started fixing bikes for neighborhood kids. He says, "Every time I solve a problem, I feel like I'm 25 again." That sense of contribution, no matter how small, keeps him active, engaged, and looking forward to each day. If you have something that gives you purpose, nurture it. If you don't, it's never too late to find one. Start with what you love, what you're curious about, or simply what brings a smile to your face. But what about setbacks? Everyone faces them: an injury, an illness, a tough year. The difference between those who bounce back and those who struggle often comes down to attitude and support. Having friends and family to lean on, staying optimistic, and focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't, makes all the difference. If you ever feel discouraged, remember that progress is rarely a straight line. Celebrate your wins, forgive your setbacks,
and keep moving forward. For those who want practical steps, consider building a daily routine that includes something for your body, your mind, and your heart. Start every morning with a stretch or a short walk. Challenge your brain with a puzzle, a book, or a conversation. Reach out to a friend or family member, or join a local club or group. If mobility is limited, try chair exercises or gentle yoga. If you're unsure where to begin, ask your doctor or a physical therapist for advice. They can suggest safe, effective exercises tailored to your needs.
And don't underestimate the power of small changes. Drinking more water, getting enough sleep, and eating a balanced diet all support your physical and mental health. Even 5 minutes of movement can boost your mood and energy. The most important thing is to stay curious and engaged with your body, your mind, and the world around you. As we wrap up this part of our journey, let's celebrate what makes you unique. If you can relate to any of these rare abilities, or if you're working to improve them, you're already ahead of the curve. Share your story in the comments. What's one small victory you've had lately? Was it standing a little taller, remembering a loved one's birthday, or simply feeling grateful for another day? Your experiences inspire others, and together we're building a community that redefines what it means to age well. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep creating content for people who want to live their best lives at any age. And remember, the journey doesn't end here. In our next episode, we'll dive even deeper, exploring advanced tips for staying strong, sharp, and independent long into your golden years. Until then, keep moving, keep learning, and keep celebrating every rare and wonderful thing your body and mind can still do. You're not just aging, you're thriving. And that's something truly rare. Let's take a deep breath and look at what all these exceptional abilities truly represent, not just as a checklist of physical skills, but as the foundation for a purposeful, fulfilling life after 65. Throughout this journey, you've seen how rare and precious it is to maintain strength, balance, and independence. But there's one more sign that is perhaps the most important of all: living with purpose and fulfillment. You see, the science of aging well isn't just about muscles or memory. It's about waking up each day with a reason to move, to connect, and to grow. Think about the people you know who seem younger than their years. What's their secret? It's not just luck or good genes. More often than not, it's the spark of purpose, the drive that gets them out of bed, the curiosity to keep learning, the love that motivates them to nurture relationships or give back to their community. Let's take Helen as an example. At 83, she volunteers at the local animal shelter 3 mornings a week. She says, "It keeps my heart young." The laughter she shares with the staff, the gentle routine of caring for animals, and the gratitude she feels for being useful give her life meaning. Her days are not just filled, they're fulfilled. Science backs this up. Studies show that seniors with a sense of purpose are less likely to suffer from depression, have better cognitive function, and even live longer. Purpose is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. But purpose doesn't have to be grand. Sometimes it's the simplest things: a garden to tend, a neighbor to check on, a hobby to nurture, or a story to tell a grandchild. Even the act of striving to maintain your rare abilities, practicing balance, walking a little farther, reading a new book, can become your purpose. Every day you choose growth or connection, you're investing in your future self. So how do you cultivate more fulfillment? Start by looking at what lights you up. Is it creativity, like painting or music? Is it service, like volunteering or helping family? Is it curiosity, learning new facts, or traveling to new places, even virtually? Maybe it's simply gratitude, counting your blessings, savoring your morning coffee, or enjoying the laughter of loved ones. Purpose isn't about productivity, it's about meaning. Now let's talk about community. Aging well is never a solo act. Those who thrive the longest tend to have strong social bonds. Maybe you meet friends for a weekly walk, join a local club, or stay in touch with family through calls and messages. Even online communities, like this YouTube channel, can give you a sense of belonging. Social connection not only boosts emotional health, but also sharpens your mind and strengthens your immune system. If you're feeling isolated, take one small step, Reach out to someone, join a group, or even leave a comment here. You never know who needs your words, or who might become a new friend. It's also important to recognize and honor your story. Every wrinkle, every ache, every laugh line is proof of a life lived, challenges faced, and wisdom earned. Too often, society focuses on youth and overlooks the value of experience, but you, yes you, carry a treasure trove of lessons that others need to hear. Don't be afraid to share your journey, your struggles, and your victories. You are a role model, whether you realize it or not. And if you're feeling discouraged, remember progress comes in waves. Some days you'll feel strong, other days you'll notice new limits. That's normal. The key is to celebrate every small win. Maybe today you stood up from your chair without help, or remembered a friend's birthday, or simply found a moment to smile. These are not small things, they're proof that you are still thriving, still growing, still living with purpose. Let's revisit the science once more. Researchers have found that gratitude, social connection, and purpose all have measurable effects on the body and mind. Gratitude reduces stress and inflammation. Social bonds lower the risk of chronic disease. Purpose increases motivation and helps you cope with adversity. Your daily choices, moving, connecting, learning, and appreciating, are the true medicine of longevity. And if there's one message to take from this video, it's this: it's never too late. Never too late to start a new habit, to try a new activity, to reconnect with someone you've lost touch with, or to set a new goal. Aging is not about closing doors, it's about opening new ones. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory over time. Remember Emma, the 80-year-old grandmother, who could stand up from the floor with ease. Her story isn't just about physical ability, it's about the life she's built, the habits she's nurtured, and the joy she brings to her family. Or think of Walter, the strong 74-year-old, who surprised younger shoppers with his strength. Their secret isn't magic, it's the accumulation of daily choices, a positive mindset, and the willingness to keep moving forward, no matter what. If you're watching this and thinking, "I'm not there yet," that's okay, you're on the path. Every day is a new chance to build strength, balance, connection, and purpose. Celebrate your progress, forgive your setbacks, and lean on this community for support. Before we close, I want to challenge you. Choose one thing from this video to work on this week. Maybe you'll practice standing on one leg, try getting up from the floor, call a friend, or start a gratitude journal. Share your goal in the comments below. When you speak it out loud, you make it real, and you inspire others to do the same. Let's build a community of encouragement, resilience, and hope. And if you found value in this journey, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us reach more people who want to thrive, not just survive, in their golden years. If you have a story or tip to share, leave it in the comments. You might be the spark that changes someone's life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the rare and wonderful abilities that define exceptional aging. Remember, you are not alone, you are not invisible, and you are not finished growing. The best chapters of your life can still be ahead. So keep moving, keep learning, keep connecting, and above all, keep living with purpose and joy. We can't wait to see you in the next video, where we'll dive into even more ways to live your healthiest, happiest life at any age. Until then, celebrate the gift of today and the possibilities of tomorrow. You are extraordinary. Never forget it.